The Boys Season 3 ended in the classic show formula, with the war with Homelander ending at a standstill and things going back to ground one, with him not being able to go on the offensive for the fear of his reputation. Oh, and that infamous laser scene with Homelander, except that scene turned out to be more important for this season. So hop on the wagon and join me as we explore how and where will things go after the season 4 finale. In season 4, we have what I would call a pre-final characterization of everyone to put them all in position for the final season. So we see all our main characters put on trial with their families, leaving almost no loose threads left, at least. So we have Butcher dealing with Ryan, Frenchie and Kimiko dealing with their relationship, Annie dealing with her past, with Firecracker do what her mother subjugated her, and her coming to terms with her identity and power. Huey with his parents, and MM with his wife. So all of this would lead the team to the final stage, or at least be prepared for the final stage. On the other side, we get the new villains with Firecracker, Sister Sage, and Shapeshifter, scheming to crown Homelander as the de facto king of America and the world soon after. Everything now is set for the final showdown. As we have seen, there is no escape. Let's start with Butcher. We see him from episode 1, always getting in trouble with, well, everyone, which pushes him more and more to work alone with imaginary Kessler on his ears all the time. The only thing that kept him from going full-on Punisher was Ryan, but that's done with now, as we see Ryan refuse to kill Homelander and killing Mallory, thus giving credence to imaginary Kessler and Newman being his first victim, giving Homelander his victory because her death was pinpointed on President Singer, which made him get impeached, and with no VP, the Speaker of the House got the power and he basically crowned Homelander. Then there is Frenchie and Kimiko. We see them no longer dancing around their demons. Kimiko once again having to deal with her past, but this time we see her facing what made her stop talking, the biggest of her demons. For Frenchie, we see him also facing his past, in his case, fucking his way through it, by sleeping with the son of his victim, which leads him through his guilty consciousness to confess. And of course, it didn't go well. So he confessed to the authorities about his crimes, and of course, Frenchie is an important member of the team, so they get him out of the jail, where he refused to meet with Kimiko every time she tries to set up a conjugal visit. I can't read that. But when shit goes stray in the final episode, not knowing if they will live to see tomorrow, Kimiko kisses Frenchie. With MM, we see him this season trying his best to fill Butcher's shoes as the leader of the team in a time where Homelander is probably at his strongest, with Sage now at his side figuring out every move he makes, from recruiting A-Train to infiltrating the party for the elites, and struggling to make sure his family are safe when he's in a position to know things are not okay. So he makes sure that they are in a safe space in another country, but he can't join them because he's the leader of the team, as he was reminded by A-Train. The only thing stopping Homelander and the Supes from controlling the world in America, which is what happens at the end, starting with America first. Then we have Starlight, who was struggling to be a leader and an icon against Homelander, and she probably, with Huey caught Thor's treatment this season, she had to endure so much abuse from start of the season to its end. She had to fight back against the consequences of her old life growing up, with Firecracker being a demon she created herself from the actions that was taught by her mother to win. She was made a pariah by Sage and Homelander after exposing that she had an abortion in public, something that is super personal and can only be used as an information to hurt someone. Let's not forget her identity getting stolen by a shapeshifter who caused them to lose their information on Homelander and vote, which was their offensive ability against Homelander. Finally, Huey this season is the character to get as much, if not more, abused than Starlight, constantly getting SA'd after his father's death, which had to be done by himself after his mom gave his dad V, thinking that's what he wanted. He did everything he could stop Homelander and bring Newman to their side, which he was going to do if Butcher didn't split her in half. But then again, it was probably too late. In the last episode, we see everyone trying to escape after they lost all evidence that they could use against Homelander due to Shapeshifter taking the shape of Starlight and deleting everything from behind Huey's back. As everyone was trying to flee after giving each other a heartfelt goodbye, they were intercepted individually by people who were designed to be a match against them, giving Homelander a total crushing victory. I like that we see, in my opinion, the biggest loose thread from Season 2 with Cindy finally showing up, thus closing any loose threads or unanswered plot from previous seasons as we get into the final season, which will be interesting as it will be out on 2026 most likely, 2 years after the US elections, and depending on which party wins, I feel like it will affect the show considerably. Well, this concludes my recap analysis of The Boys Season 4. I'm pretty excited about what comes next with Gen V Season 2 next year, where we might see The Boys' main character there for at least a cameo. Now, this is the first video of its kind that I've made, and I'm planning to make more as I want to give more time to making animations. I have been dreading making animations weekly as it is impossible, even with pixel art style. So I decided I'm just gonna make animations once or twice a month to work on them enough instead of rushing them. So to just not put anything, I will just talk about what I like. Shows, movies, and stuff like that. Books like A Song of Ice and Fire, Pokemon 2, as I've got into it. It's my next video. I'm really excited to talk about what I like on this channel and share everything I enjoy with. So I hope you enjoyed this, and to see you next video.